welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another Shards of the Stars. I am Bridger, and today we're continuing with the third episode of our Roman Republic game here, and this has been working okay. Just in the recent past, we essentially kicked out this empire here, the Sacrosanct Verzak Cooperative. They had a lot of this territory. We took it away from them, and now we're purging them from the stars that we took. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And we're looking north now, because actually, wow, the Silziktak Blood Host won a major war against these guys. I thought that they were going to lose, because the Citizen Coalition actually had a pretty strong military. They were allied with this southern force, and I was fighting a war on two fronts, and then the Silziktak Blood Host hopped into the war against these guys, and apparently won with vigor. So that's definitely going to be my next move here. We're going to be sending all of the things up here to the north. Everybody go in. We need to fight them soon before they get too much stronger. But in the meantime, we are improving our internal military, our internal infrastructure. We have gotten almost all of the various planets and stars in our area under solid control and with the stations that are required. However, we need to break through this one, and we need to break into this one. We found like this really mineral-rich asteroid area, but it turns out that they were actually like some crazy hive of either drones or aliens. It's unclear. But all of this delicious, delicious minerals, and look how many there are there. We can't get them. Can't do it. Want to try. Can't do it yet. We need to get a little bit stronger. We're getting there. I could probably just build a few more units and feel confident taking that one. We'll definitely take these guys out with the force that we have now, and then we'll wait a little bit longer, get a little bit better tech, and go after these guys, because even though there's only 2.4, I'm worried about them ganging up on me if I get too close to too many of them. So I need to have at least 2 or 3 times their strength if needed. We've also got some ancient mining drones over here. We can expand to a lot of places over here, but we have nobody that can... Oh, we can colonize the tropical world here and the ocean world here. Yeah, this is actually great. This is going to be a whole nother sector just for my empire over here. We also found the Voltaumar homeworld and determined that, hey, this world actually was home to a race that decided to destroy itself in some weird suicide because they realized they were all in the Matrix or something like that. That's kind of what it sounded like. And so they lived like thousands of years ago, and then they all at the same time said, let's commit suicide to break out of this Matrix-like thing. And apparently that didn't work. Go figure. All right, so let's take some moving forward. I'm going to try to work on colonizing and taking control of all of this area and wiping out these smaller forces with my main strength military. And once we do that, we're going to then attempt to take Koira. Okay, we are finally ready. We have wiped out all the aliens in what I have called the Dalmatia sector and the Germania sector. I've established all the new colonies that I possibly can. The sectors are moving along at quite a good clip. I'm taking 50% from this sector. I'm taking a little less from Dalmatia because it's still kind of new. The sector AI seems to be doing a pretty good job at planning to do new things. They're building some defense armies in various places, which reminds me I wanted my most exposed province area up here. To have a few... Oh, I do have a few defense armies already. That's good. That's exactly what I wanted. And now I'm currently upgrading it to make it more of a military installation. I don't have any military bases yet that I can put up there, aside from a very tiny and kind of useless one. So we're just going to keep upgrading the actual space port itself. But in the meantime, we do have the first strike force, complete with 3 battleships, 6 cruisers, 24 destroyers, and 42 corvettes. This should be enough to pacify the system. We're coming in hot. And also, we now know about fighter and bomber wings improved. Okay, hang on a second. Hang on, we're not going in just yet. Let's upgrade our systems before we leave, because one of those is our brand new Hope-class battleship. So we're going to put the bomber here and a couple of fighters here and here. Hard to say. So they have tracking of 30, 70. Yeah, the bombers have 0% tracking, so they're really only good against big targets, it looks like. That's the main goal there. But they do more damage to those main targets, and they ignore 50% of armor and penetrate the shield completely. Those things are crazy strong. Alright, so the Hope-class battleship has been upgraded. Now, we can tell this fleet to first upgrade to latest designs. That's going to cost us not even that much, just a tiny bit. We do need a new option here. Swarmer missiles could help, but I think mining network 4 and 5 are upgraded, or I could get upgraded Gauss cannons. Ooh, this is a tough pick. I do feel like my mining is a little bit weaker than it should be, but after this fight, that should all be in the past. And at the same time, Swarmer missiles are kind of nice too, and he's got the right technology to research it. Man, this is... I'm gonna processing plant would be good too. All good choices, but we're gonna get the Gauss cannon upgraded because we're going to war with the Silixtac Blood Host soon. Mostly because I hate their name. I mean, I can't even pronounce it. I'm just gonna call them the Blood Host from now on. They're roach-looking bastards, and we are fully expanded over here. I could probably build a outpost here to collect these resources. In fact, I think I am going to do that eventually. But in the meantime, let's get our fleet upgraded.
Ships upgraded.
Going to Korea. And attacking the closest thing to our entrance point. We have a veteran commander in charge here. She's 84 years old, but she knows precisely what she's doing.
Research complete.
Oh, and we just adopted a new tradition. So I finished Supremacy, which means the fire rate on our ships are all increased by 15%. And I got the Governing Ethics Attraction plus 30 to help increase our unity output. This makes internal politics slightly easier. Our factions, man, some of these factions really don't like us. The Imperials don't like us because we're not fully authoritarian, and the Democracy faction doesn't like us because we're not fully democracy. It's a big pain. So I went down the Harmony track to try to deal with this because the plus 10% happiness across the board is kind of nice. And let's see, unrest reduced. We aren't really having a problem with unrest. The Paradise Dome, I want to see what that's about. Leader lifespan increased. The negative impact on governing ethics attraction caused by distance from capital. This seems like it could be valuable. I don't want our guys to veer too far from our governing ethics. Ship build work speed is increased if we get a defensive war. If we finish this, consumer good usage is reduced by 15%. And we unlock an assay. I think we're going to go with this one to try to help keep our internal politics in line while we fight these external wars. All right. Bring the ships in. It's time to see if we needed this much firepower, but I did not want to use my entire fleet going in and getting killed by this whole set of waves all coming at the same time. There's a new buggy-looking thing. They're Democratic Crusaders. See, we could be friends with people. I would like to be friends with people, but nobody likes us. Not nobody likes us. And that's a problem. It's hard to like the xenophobes, I guess. Let's see. Curator Exploration Lab. Further increase survey speeds. That's interesting. Might be a little late for that, to be honest, but can't hurt. But I do want to upgrade our reactors on our ships in preparation for new and more advanced shields and all that. So here we go, coming back to this actual fight. Look at the glorious fleet as it flies past Korea 2. Beautiful. That trapezoidal formation is part of my original design. Yeah, that's it.
Research complete.
They're coming for us. Now, are they coming for us, or are those like hangar ships? It's hard to... It looks like those are kind of like hangar ships. And this poor guy's taking the brunt of it. His shields are already down. Wow. I don't know if we brought enough point defense for this. But if we kill the source, then we won't have to deal with the damage coming in. Oh, they're going right through all of our shields.
System survey
That's awful.
complete.
At least I do have some guys as part of that hangar. I mean, we don't have nearly enough fighters. But it's better than nothing. And we're about to destroy that hive. There we go. That killed enough of them. Now there's another hive right near here. This cruiser luckily seems to have survived somehow. Oh, are these ours? I think these are our little fighters that are helping out here.
System survey complete.
And we do have enough money? No, we don't have enough. I was thinking to get another hangar ship. Might be for the best. What is attracting all of our missiles up here? Is that just a visual bug? The missiles should be aimed down here? I don't know, but there it goes. Alright. And now we're on to the next hive. That's nearby. We'll just go around in a circle here, one at a time. Although our poor corvettes are getting eaten alive at the front line. However, they're not dying yet. Some of them will soon. Alright, next choice. Let's see. Noxious Swamp. That might... I mean... I think I want to finally get rid of all of the tile blockers. I'm almost there. So there you go. You can see our little hangar... Our fighters tooling around, shooting at the enemy fighters. Get them. We can't really see any details on it. I'd love to see that, but so far I don't think we've lost too much. It's going to be difficult to... We might be able to stop this fight and let these guys heal up. That actually looks like we haven't lost any. We might be able to stop the fight and let these guys heal up if we don't get dragged into this hive. Which very well might be possible. Our main heavy class Devastator battleship has these kinetic batteries on board. They have very, very low tracking, but they're great at killing large installations. And I think I had the option, and I wanted to get the next version of those kinetic batteries. And they're done. Alright. We lost one cruiser and one corvette from all that. Well, let's send them back for healing before they go into the next fight. And we should send in another Hope-class battleship and repair the lost units. But the Hope-class battleship should hopefully give us extra fighter power to deal with those hive drone things. And we're back with a vengeance and an extra Hope-class battleship. They're sending their... Oh, there we go. I wonder if we'll be able to kill them. And we got twice as many fighters this time available to intercept them. Although it doesn't seem to be doing any damage, does it? I mean, they're just swimming around there. Look at those things. I think point defense probably also helps against these guys. There's our fighters. But I don't know if we're actually hitting them or not. Are any of them actually taking damage and disappearing? We're shooting at this one, apparently. Let's see if it disappears over the course of the fight here. Nope, now they're shooting at different ones. It's really hard to tell if we're actually killing anything. little fighters take damage or not. I assume they must. But the important piece is that everything is now in range and firing all the massive Devastator cannons and the very slow missiles. These are our Hope-class ships. They don't have a lot of damage on the top, I don't think. They have a few, but they have quite a long range. Alright, so we didn't lose anybody there? Nice. Okay, we give them a few minutes. They'll repair themselves if there were any major damages. Oh, here's one. It's that nice self-repairing armor that we gained from some alien tech, I think. Alright. We found new alien scum to wipe out. But we'll wipe out the bad scum first, right? That's the important part. Alright, now we're pretty sure we don't have to monitor this at all. We'll just speed things up and watch it play out. Our science ships actually don't really have a lot to do at the moment. Our construction ship has never been busier. I'm considering building a second one, but don't think it's necessary at the moment. Wow, we're maxed out on our naval capacity. Look at that. We could try to increase these to help. That got rid of our money real quick. Aha! So, society research. We could reveal some more. Ooh, I really love the ones that give me extra leaders, but this gives me 2 extra leaders. Sentient resource management. That's interesting. Yep, let's do that. And the final nail in the coffin of these bastards happening right now. And then it'll cost us 630 to build all the mining stations that are needed for that spot. Our forces have managed to smash the alien hive asteroids in the Coria system. They're once again dormant, and we're not detecting any more of those vicious attack craft. One of them is still reasonably intact despite the damage inflicted upon it. We should detach a science party to see what we can find inside. Hey, I'm all about that. This ship has been sitting here doing nothing, so head over there and research that. Meanwhile, the fleet has actually got one more job to do before the war. There are some... I guess these are ruby crystal shardings. That's interesting. Well, I don't like them. We need to get them out of our sky. Holy moly! 2,000 society research for finding this birthing chamber of these guys. We've learned a lot about how to destroy our enemies. Hey, guess what? We made a friend! He's way over on the other side of the galaxy, which is probably why he likes us. But we have a defensive pact with him. And also, they're no-nonsense business guys, right? I mean, they're not, like, really egalitarian, optimist, idealist guys. They're an executive committee. They're like, listen, we just did this to make the money. You guys are strong. You can help us out by being strong. So, yeah, that'll work for me, too. I hope they don't care that I wipe out empires that are near me. Probably good for business, if your trade is in war. Listen, when you're given a bunch of options, and one of them involves researching a mega cannon, you can't not do that. Spinal Mount Mega Cannon signed. Alright, the time has come. We have built up our fleet. We're just about maxing out our naval capacity at the moment. I'm building some more upgrades to various spaceports in order to help increase that a little bit more. I've got a secondary strike force that will be used to just chase down anything they try to invade me with. But the good news is that these guys like tropical worlds, so we can just take all their worlds and then wipe them out as they would like to do to us. So, you know, we're just turning it back on them. That's how we do it. So let's see. We've got to declare war. We've got to pick all the things we want. We want direct. We want Vidrinax. We just want everything, basically. 34. Altair. Achilles. And this one. That's all we really want. We could humiliate them as well, just for the hell of it. Nothing else here is worthwhile. We don't want them to be a tributary. They're evil. They're not even worth keeping around. Alright, so let's do this. There's nobody else to invite. Not proposable. Ah, we can't... There's nobody left to humiliate, I see. Alright, well, let's do this.
We have declared war.
We have declared war. Yep, it's a massacre. We used a smaller fleet to bait their biggest fleet out, and they're gone. And they're gone. And there's a transport fleet that's going to be destroyed as well.
Situation
GG.
log updated.
Victory! He says they will remain. I say no. I say new faction has been gaining, blah, blah, blah. National Preparedness Party. Hang on, I gotta check out what this is all about. What is it, F7? Nope, yeah, factions are F7. The National Preparedness Party. Allowing only defensive wars will please them. Failing to eliminate non-essential ties to foreign powers. They just want to be sort of isolationist, it looks like. Anyway, we don't really care too much about them. What do they represent? Xenophobia is what they represent. Okay, interesting. What I really want to see here is I want to see what happens when we get our hands on this new design for a battleship. Ah, the Spinal Mount Bow. Obviously can't go on the rest of these. We could do a hangar carrier core to go with it. Let's check the stats on this thing. The Mega Cannon has no tracking, so it's only really good. 22. It's way better even than the kinetic battery. But we do want a lot of kinetic batteries, because this thing is going to be a long-range killer. So there we go. Fill the rest of it with kinetic batteries. In fact, I don't think I want a new ship. I think I want to take the Devastator and replace that. There we go. That should just about do it. Now, I assume it's power hungry. How much does it cost in power? 100. These only cost 50. Alright, but we're still okay here, it looks like. And we're going to get our regenerative hull tissue here. So now our Devastator is equipped with this awesome Mega Cannon. So yeah, can't go wrong with that. And now the final nail in the coffin here. We need to open this up, set their rights, undesirables, and we just kind of... No, we don't want processing. We just want extermination. Get them out of here. There we go. Mission accomplished. Now I just have to get humans to resettle in these areas, and everything will be great. Yeah, this may not have been the best path, but I'm still killing them in all these other areas. I just wish I could send humans there to maintain the presence of the colony, but I can't kill individual pops. And they do have full control. Ooh, I could send a human here. So that could work. So we can hold on to this colony if I'm lucky. Anyway, we're now addressing this little rebellion here where they reformed their empire. They didn't learn last time, so we'll just have to continue destroying all of their things. All of their toys.
Situation log
and
updated.
retake the planet. Yep, there we go. Shouldn't take long. Well, we've run into our first fallen empire. These guys here, the Ragerian progenitors, so we can't expand too much more in that direction. Luckily, these guys are enigmatic observers. At least at the moment, they don't do much. They're not blocking us from too much either, so we shall see. System not connected. Uh-oh, I think we just had one of these pop. Yep, there we go. So it looks like we are now able to expand onto these planets that were formerly controlled by the buggers. We'll get them. We'll get them back. Oh, and there's a nice one right at the end of that. Oh, that's the continental world that they were on. Excellent. Alright, I may have done something ill-advised. I have 5 colony ships going out all at the same time. So I guess we'll see how well this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be its own new sector called Gaul.
Colonization.
Whoa, hang on. War declared against us. The Birdmen. They don't like that I have wiped out basically 2 species now. Okay. It's a little concerning that they have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is just the same one being repeated. Okay. Huh. Okay. Time to get a little scary and look at the diplomatic map mode. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. It's really this one that I have to worry about. What's their status compared to me? Equivalent. Yep, this is gonna suck. I think we can win, but it's going to be difficult. Maybe if we subdue these guys very quickly so I don't have to worry about that threat on that side. I could probably subdue them with my second strike force, to be honest. 2 cruisers, 3, 4 destroyers, and 8 corvettes if I throw a battleship in there. Probably a Hope class. We'll do even better. I gotta go and redesign my fleet, though. I've got some new things to utilize. Alright, I've reset my fleet. I've demanded this be out of my way. They can have that little tiny piece of that arm over there. I've also demanded that they remove Medgar. Get somewhere else so that I can build a nice expansion here to get all these beautiful resources. That's my conditions when I win this war, damn it. I don't know how well that's going to go, but first, let's drop the battle plan. So we are going to be heading hard here and here. Main fleet going here. Backup fleet going over here. We'll have to build a secondary army. That's the best we're going to do there. And while we're doing that, maybe I can have my construction ships or just build a bunch of defense forces over here so that we essentially just hold the line, right? Just hold the line. Don't let anybody through. Yep, we're going to try. We're only going to have 2 kinds of forces here. We're going to need a lot of defensive forces. Specifically here, I did not anticipate this being a area that we would be fighting over significantly, so this poor Constantinople area definitely needs some more defenses. We've given them synchronized defenses. They've got a full-on space station. It's as strong as it can get, but it does not have a lot of defensive armies. That'll make it a lot harder to take. While we focus on shutting these guys down in the north as fast as possible so that we can come down and dedicate all our damage over here. Alright, I think my first bet here is just going to be waiting to see where the first blow comes and meet it with my main fleet. I'm also building a lot of extra stuff. I did get to increase my naval capacity quite significantly through a recent improvement in my technology. Here's the problem. That's definitely a problem. Luckily, we do know a guy. As it happens, we know 2 guys. These trader enclaves. This one likes me the most, though, so I can go down to him. And, yeah, we'd like to trade for some energy credits. And we'll be able to trade for quite a bit of them in a bit. However, these new colonies are all very vulnerable, so I need my secondary force up here just in case. The first strike fleet. Uh-oh. While in command, has learned to carefully... Oh, I like that. Construction complete and fleet detected.
Hostile fleet detected. Evading hostile fleet.
Well, we did finally catch their transport fleet, but they knocked out the space station in one of my Germania areas. I'll have to rebuild it here so that it's not so easy to take. That was expensive. Say goodbye to a lot of your armies. They had to run away with their main fleet, and they got stuck behind, it looks like. Now, where can we get more minerals? Because that's what we're going to need. How about here? Build some mining stations. Alright, so our secondary fleet is here. Our secondary fleet appears to have taken a lot of the forces meant for the first strike fleet. First strike fleet's going to go back to Antium and upgrade to the latest designs, and that's going to cost a lot of minerals. Quite a lot. Meanwhile, how's our Gaia world doing over here?
System survey complete.
Getting bombarded to death, building more defense armies. More defense armies. Don't let them scare us. We'll come get them in time. So they're bombing Constantinople, but they took out its spaceport, which is even more problematic because this is part of the reason my money is in the toilet, because they took out 2 of my spaceports, and that is really hurting my naval capacity. I'm rebuilding 1. It's going to be done in about 5 months. But in the meantime... Whoa, okay, we got 11,000 here and 7,000 there. Antium is upgrading everything. So this strike force is about to get stronger. If I build more ships, that's just going to be very problematic. I think I can split off some from... not necessarily. What is this? Why did the 4th strike force just get created? Was building one in Rome by accident? Oh yes, I was building battleships there. So battleships are getting it together to join with this one here. That's taking us even further over the naval capacity problem. I have to make sure every single spaceport is at level 6. Let's see. This one is not, but I don't have the money for it at the moment. I'll work on that soon. The good news is that we're very close to invading our first alien spot here in the north. And they are not going to be able to withstand us with that few number of defensive armies. So as soon as this is all the way down,
Construction complete.
We'll take care of it. I've been trying to improve our everything. We're going to be way over the limit here. There we go. Upgrade a spaceport. That'll help. Alright, we're starting the landings. Maybe a tad bit early. But there we go. It's all the way down. Now we're starting the war. General Stanley Holloway starting the first invasion of this war.
Research station lost.
So they've given up besieging Constantinople. I'm not sure what happened there. But there's only 1 ship left in there now. And I think it's leaving. So Constantinople's getting back up on its feet.
Construction complete.
We found a single enemy battleship moving. See if we can't catch it. 58%. Still, there's a lot of ships to be upgraded there. Man, talk about your crappy choices. We got an election right here, and my general and both admirals are one of the choices that are involved here. I can't take them away from the front line to run the country / empire. So it'll have to be my governor of Rome, which is awful. Now I gotta pick a new governor from Rome. And I can't. How am I at my leader capacity if the Roman governor was elected? Oh. I'm not sure how. Oh, she was the current ruler, and she automatically rules Rome. Okay, makes sense. Anyway, I heard a very bad sound. Oh, this is a very good sound. We caught their battleship? Battleship. Unawares, with my smaller fleet, but still quite a potent one. It's actually got a Devastator along with it. No question. Boom. Alright, our first strike force got a nice boost from 21 or so to 24,000 firepower or attack power, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's where we're going to stop it for now, guys. Thanks for watching this one. Stay tuned for the second half of this war. We've taken over one planet. We're about to launch an attack on another, and it looks like we should have no problem with it. We might lose a few corvettes. In fact, before we even end this here, I'm going to make this a rally point and preemptively build a few corvettes that I expect to lose from the second strike force. That should be good. I'm still behind on the naval capacity here. What I've been meaning to do is rebuild the Constantinople spaceport. But we're being orbitally bombarded again by a teeny tiny single enemy. Well, we'll fix that. We'll send an entire fleet after them. And meanwhile, it looks as if, yes, this has been rebuilt. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do synchronized defenses. And we're out of minerals again, but it's better than nothing. This is a very concerning thing to me. Not sure what to do about it at the moment. I guess we'll just have to hang in there and wait a little longer. Every time I move the first strike fleet away from their actual location, their orbital hangars, so to speak, I get a massive penalty to energy credits. I've told this general or governor to start building energy production. I don't know how that's going at the moment. It's going to take a while. These are all brand new colonies, right? They don't even have spaceports yet. They barely have their beginning areas, you can see. So it's going to take quite a while. Second half coming up in the next video.